money. Let's say that he blew through 90% of it on women and cocaine and vacations and new cars. Let's assume he threw away 90% of his money. But then he had one person in his corner. Let's say he had one little Boyce Watkins type person in his corner that said, "Hey man, look, let's take 10%. Let's just take 10% of your earnings and we're gonna put it over here and we're not gonna do nothing with that. We're not gonna put it in nobody's business. We're not gonna spend it on nothing. We're gonna just drop it into the S&P 500. That's all we're gonna do. We're gonna buy you some shares of Nike, get you some shares of Apple, get you some shares of Coca-Cola, get you some shares of Adidas, right? And we're just gonna have this money sitting here. And at that point, I do nothing, right? Nothing. Guess how much money Mike would have right now if he'd done that? If somebody had cared about him enough to force him to do that, he would have $818 million. Mike would be damn near a billionaire. Do y'all know that? I mean, does that affect, like, are y'all hearing what I'm saying? Are you hearing what I'm saying? This man would be a billionaire right now. So let me ask you this question. Give me a yes or no in the chat. If Mike Tyson was a billionaire, do you think that he would be out getting punched in the head at the age of 60? Damn near the age of 60. What do y'all think? If Mike had a bill over and really think about this, I'm using the bare minimum assumption. The range of income that he made was actually estimated between 423 million and 650 million. That doesn't include all the money he would have made over the next 30 years by being a boxing legend, right? And going around and putting himself on corporate boards and making public appearances and business partnerships and brand deals. This doesn't include the extra 2 or 3 billion he probably would have made between 1997 and 2024. I'm using the bare minimum numbers here. I'm just taking that little 10%. I'm assuming he only saved 10% of the money. So that means, think about this. This is really fascinating. This means he could have ran through all that money. He could have acted a fool. He could have bought every car. He could have bought lions and tigers and elephants and shit like he did. You know, Mike was Mike. He was out there and still been a billionaire. Now, do y'all understand? I hope that this helps explain why I wake up every day as an angry black man.